Alright guys, you ready for it? This is it, episode number 36, and at long last we are going to be facing the Kalos Pokemon League. I took about an hour or so, trained up all of our Pokemon. As you can see, they're all level 63. I was going to train them up to 65, but then I thought about it, and I was thinking that if the Elite Four only have 4 Pokemon apiece, and we do have some pretty powerful Pokemon here, that it's probably better to get them to around 63 or so. That's the same level as that Klefki we fought. So that should make for some, hopefully semi-tough, but interesting battles. And I put Lana up front since I guess we'll be facing the steel guy first. Let's rollerblade to the entrance like a pro, right through the water and everything. I also went ahead and grabbed the flame plate for Lana and got a new haircut since I wasn't really a fan of the longer hair or the perm hair. I assume the other hallway is the same thing as this hallway. In fact, that's probably what that other door was that I was wondering about. Yeah, we're on the left door, so I think if we came the other hallway, we just would have come out here. And I'm guessing this door beneath the rose window leads to the champion. Alright, and we've obviously met her before, so I won't read her text again, but she'll give us the introduction. Malva. Sounds a little bit like lava, which I guess makes sense. Alright, well thank you for the welcome, but we'll be facing her a little bit later. I'm going to just go counterclockwise around the room here. I think this is the one we went to first. Ironworks Chamber it was. No, I don't need to use Repel. I was using that when I was grabbing the lava plate. Alright guys, let's do it. I'm glad those swords didn't like miss when they fell. That could have been bad. Well met, young challenger. Verily I am the Elite Four's famed blade of hardened steel, Wickstrom. With my magnificent Pokémon at my side, I will reveal the scope of trainer achievement. Let us both give our word that our contest shall be fair and honorable. Ready? On guard! And as a character who's named after Camelot and whose Pokemon are named after parts of the Legend of King Arthur, this is a fitting opponent for me, I suppose. And even though King Arthur is more associated with English tales, I might have said this before, but apparently the French have had just as much influence on the legend, so I figured it was an appropriate theme for a Kalos game as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with Sunny Day, because that's going to power up my Fire-type moves, and that may come in handy as we go throughout this battle. A part of me is a little worried this is going to be an easy Lana sweep, so hopefully he surprises me. We'll see how it goes. Dazzling Gleam, see that's what I was afraid of. That's not a very good move. It's a Fairy-type attack, it's not going to be very effective. I was hoping for more like a light screen or something from a member of the Elite Four. Alright, Spikes. That'll hurt our Pokemon as they switch. Klefki must be fairly fast. Didn't realize it was a high-speed Pokemon. But one Flamethrower finished it off. It was a male Klefki, I think. But still, the stab plus the sunlight. Alright, so here we go. Probopass is a good choice. Also level 63. I wonder if it's going to be like 3 63s and a 65. That'd be kind of boring, but wouldn't surprise me too much. Now, because Probopass is Rock and Steel type, that negates its weakness to Fire. And because it's part Steel type, Solar Beam will not be super effective either. So we'll stick with Flamethrower, because it will get the Sunny Day boost, and of course Stab. It'll probably still do a lot of damage. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking. Alright, this is a little more like it. Power Gem, it's a Rock type attack. Unfortunately, it's kind of low base power. This is going to be close. Will Flamethrower be enough to finish it, or will he hang on by a thread? He hung on by a thread. Didn't get the burn. That would have been nice to finish him off. So I'm guessing that the Elite Four guy, Wickstrom I think his name was, is going to be using a hyper, or probably a full restore at this point. So who should I bring in now that I have a free chance to attack him during the full restore? Probopass, being Steel and Rock, is doubly weak to fighting, and also ground. So let's go ahead and bring in Wayne. And of course Wayne is hurt by spikes, but didn't do too much damage. You can layer spikes though to get more damage when you're Pokemon switch out. Alright, Earthquake it is. And there's the full restore. And as always, I am not going to use any items in battle. I'll use every item I can to heal my Pokemon between battles so that each one is fair and starts on even ground. But I'm going to restrict myself from using any items in battle. Okay, so Earthquake was not a 1-hit KO. Probopass must have really good defense. And I'm going to expect another... probably another Hyper Potion. So let's use Horn Leech. Or Full Restore, I mean. So this way we can get some of our health back with the Horn Leech. Even though it's not super effective. And not quite all of our health, but enough that an Earthquake should now be a 1-hit KO. And we are faster. Probopass is pretty slow, I think. I'm also not going to be afraid to switch my Pokemon if my opponents send out Pokemon that are strong against my current one. Just depends on whether it's smart to... Okay, so in this case... It might be smart to switch here. I could bring in Uther, who knows Flamethrower. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Part of me wants to be smart by keeping Wayne in here, but I don't think he's going to do too much against a Sizer. I'm pretty sure Wayne lost his last matchup against one. Alright, X-Scissor seems like a good choice because Uther does resist. X-Scissor was a critical hit. Still didn't do too much. So it's a good thing we had a backup Fire-type move on our team. ×4 super effective, and that is the end of Sizer. Alright, I'm guessing his last one is Aegislash. I'll be really surprised if it's not. And we have our first level 64. Good job, Uther. And it's Aegislash. Yep. I was right, level 65. Kind of thought that would be the case too. So, Shadow Ball and Flamethrower are both super effective, and Hurricane and Draco Meteor are both not very effective. So let's go ahead and go with Flamethrower in that case. It has a little bit higher base power. Alright, King Shield, that will protect Aegislash. Luckily, Flamethrower is not a physical attack, otherwise my attack would drop by 2 stages actually. I thought it was just 1. That does seem a bit OP to make it drop by 2 stages. It's the same as being burned, for example. And even super effective, that didn't do very much. That's because of how powerful it is in its shield, in its shield form. Its defenses are very high, and obviously in its attack form, its attack is very high. I wonder what would happen if we did Aegislash versus Aegislash. Let's give it a try. Now, our Aegislash is a little bit lower. And honestly, I kind of want my Aegislash to be slower than his. Because that's really the trick to beating Aegislash, is to get to it while it's in attack form. Alright, let's go ahead. What does it know? Would it know Shadow Claw or Shadow Ball? Let's use King Shield, just to see what it's going to do. We might get lucky and it might use a physical attack, in which case we're almost definitely going to win this. Aha, there we go. Not necessarily a physical attack, but a contact move, like Shadow Claw. That did the trick. I'm going to go ahead and use Sword Stance. With the attack drop, I'm not really scared of Shadow Claw. It still did a lot of damage, though, even when I'm in Shield Stance here. And not sure he's faster, but it really shouldn't matter at this point. He is faster. But this should be a 1-hit KO, because now he is in attack stance. His defenses are very weak. And we took advantage of it. So in the battle of Aegislash versus Aegislash, Caleb is the victor. Glorious! The trust that you share with your honorable Pokemon surpasses even mine. And we got tons of money for that. And we have our first Pokemon League victory. What now? What sweet glorious pain and joy now rock my mighty heart? My will, which even Shakespeare's, trembles at so fine a battle as this. I am undone. Good sir, you are indeed our equal, and worthy to enter this lofty hall. Easy child, you need not explain. It is no mystery to me why you came to me first. Nature herself has framed man as such a creature that any would choose to face their strongest enemy before all others. Now, to the elevator with you. It burns with a desire to hasten you on your way. I've never heard such a description of an elevator before. But thank you for the honorable battle, Wolfric. Whether or not he's truly the best Elite Four remains to be seen. I do wonder if their Dragon-type user has Goodra or Noivern as their best Pokemon. Probably Noivern, just because we've seen a Goodra, but Noivern is mainly flying, which seems weird. You think they would have made it mainly dragon, secondary flying, if it was to be the signature Pokemon of a dragon-type user. So we're going to use a bunch of revives and then a bunch of berries. And I did discover that in this generation, apparently citrus berries don't heal 30 HP anymore. They heal a full quarter of your health, which is awesome because it means I can use less of them. 1 more HP, you know what? I don't even care. We have 187 of these things left. I want to make sure my Pokemon are in tip-top shape for each of these battles. So that was a good battle. It wasn't particularly challenging, but it wasn't a clean sweep either. So I'm okay with that. And let's go ahead and use Lepa Berries just on the off chance we actually need all those power points. And Shadow Claw. Alright, that should be good enough there. Alright, 1 room down. 3 to go. Fire, Water, and Dragon. And next is the Dragon Mark Chamber. Alright, we don't have an Ice type on our team. We do have a Fairy type, but I'm going to actually try to save Nimue as my secret weapon. So it's between using Art or Uther. Let's go with Art. Art has an Ice type move, dragons are all weak to Ice. Should be a good way to start things off. It might not be the worst idea to give him a Never Melt Ice. I think we have one of those. I'm going to stick with the Mystic Water. Yeah, I'll stick with the same hull items the entire time. But really, dragons resist water, they're weak to ice. That probably would have been the smartest play. Ooh, very foggy in here. And a giant statue of a dragon. Not quite as cool as the swords dropping, but not bad. Looks like a female dragon type user. It's hard to see who I'm facing. Somebody with crazy hair, maybe? I can't move my character yet. There we go. It is an older lady.
Oh goodness, hello to you. Welcome, welcome. Come in. You must be a strong trainer. Yes, quite strong indeed. That's just wonderful news. Facing opponents like you and your team will make my Pokemon grow like weeds.
It's a weird way to describe your Pokemon. She's less talkative than the first guy, too. Versus Drasna. Some cool jewelry she has there. Definitely looks like a dragon-type user. And Dragaigle is her first. A dragon and poison type that we've not yet seen. Alright, Art. Now, Dragaigle is weak to Ice and also weak to Psychic. But not weak to my other 2 attacks. In fact, resists Surf. So, do I go for Extra Sensory and hope for the Flinch or Ice Beam? Let's go for Ice Beam. I actually got lucky and had a couple freezes while training, but that's not really the time you want to get your freeze hacks. I did about half damage, seems about right, and Dragaigle knows Thunderbolt. And it did a little more than half my health, so this is going to be a close battle. Our team right now consists of 3 pretty fast and semi-powerful sweepers. In Art, Lana, and Uther. And then we have our bulky grass-type Wayne and sort of our secret weapons, Caleb and Nimue. Okay, so against a poison and dragon type, I'm still going to try to save Nimue. Let's send out... Yeah, let's send out Lana. Why not? While Dragaigle will resist fire attacks, it will not resist Hyper Voice. Drasna used a full restore. I did a decent amount of damage. Because she's a female trainer, I am guessing that most of her Pokemon will be female. And that does give Lana an advantage. And Dragaigle knows Surf it well. It has a pretty good move pool, it turns out. Maybe I should have used Sunny Day there. But instead I'm going to try to... Yeah, I'm going to try to finish it off. She used another full restore. And in this case, that's kind of good for her because it takes me 3 hits to finish off Dragaigle. So that full restore is actually giving her an extra attack in there. And now it has an attack that it otherwise would not have. It's really going to come down to how many full restores she's willing to use on her first Pokemon. Apparently just the 1 or 2. I guess 2. Alright. Good job, Lana. We have our first victory, and she has a Druddigon. Once again, Hyper Voice will be our best bet, and it is female, so that means that our rivalry ability will make it do 25% more damage. There's Revenge. Fighting type move is, of course, super effective against Lana. Okay, let's send out against a pure dragon type. It's a physical fighter. Let's send out Caleb. I'm tempted to send out Uther, but I'm going to try to save him too, just because his dragon type move can really only be used once at full power. Let's start with King Shield, see what it's going to do, hopefully get an attack drop. It's going to be hard not to get an attack drop here. Because, yeah, I think all of Druddigan's main moves are contact moves. So that means we can now Swords Dance up. And we'll see what she can do to combat Aegislash, because it's a good Pokemon. That could be a little difficult. Dragon Tail will do some damage, but it's not very effective. We are in Shield Stance. And, oh, that's right. Dragon Tail forces switches. It doesn't do that while training, oddly, but there goes my Swords Dance buff. Alright, well, we brought in Wayne. I guess Double Edge is better here than Earthquake, and definitely better than Horn Leech, which is not very effective. So Double Edge it is. And Rough Skin hurt me a bit. She might use a full restore now. We'll see how that goes. Revenge is evenly effective, being a fighting type attack. Surprised it didn't use a dragon type move. Maybe it only knows Dragon Tail and not like Outrage or something. Alright, she might be out of Hyper Potions, because she did not use one there. And that is her second Pokemon down. 2 down, 2 to go. And Noivern, I suspected as much. Her best Pokemon. He found my Miracle Seed, oh no. Alright, well, Horn Leech is going to be doubly not very effective, and Milk Drink won't do anything, or sorry, Earthquake won't do anything at all. But let's try Milk Drink. That could be risky if it knows, like, Hurricane, which it probably does. But it's going to be faster anyway, just let's see what happens. Air Slash, not Hurricane. Will that be the end of Wayne? Yes, it will. Alright. So you know what we're going to do here? This might be a bad choice, but I'm going to give it a shot. Go ahead, Uther. Noivern versus Noivern, and I don't know who's faster, but let's go for Draco Meteor. Uther is faster, and it's a hit! Yes, this is awesome, because our Aegislash beat Windstrom's Aegislash, and now our Noivern is about to beat Drasna's Noivern. My headset turned itself off. But it's back now. Altaria is her last. It can't Mega Evolve in this gen, so that's it's kind of disappointing as her last Pokemon, I guess. But alright, let's go ahead and use Draco Meteor. It's even with the special attack drop, it should still do a lot of damage to Altaria. I might want to switch out. In fact, I think I will if I survive this attack. I'll switch out Noivern because it's at -4 special attack now. Sing. In that case, do I want to switch out Noivern? I might just actually keep him in. Tempting. You know, I'm going to go ahead and switch, just because I want to give Nimue a chance to shine, and I don't think there's really anything that an Altaria could do to a Xerneas. Besides, I use another Sing, I suppose. Yet that seems unlikely. Dragon Pulse, there we go, good switch in. Alright, let's go for the Moonblast, should be super effective. And that should be the end of Altaria and the second Elite Four member. Another pretty good battle. Although I do feel like if I would have used Nimue from the start, it might have been an easy sweep. So kind of glad I didn't in that case. Oh dear me, that sure was a quick battle. I do hope you'll come back again sometime. Well, if you guys increase your team and allow me to do rematches, like upgraded rematches, then I certainly will. Oh, you're too much. You and your Pokemon are simply charming. Well, she seemed to enjoy that battle, and I did too. Alright, you know what time it is, guys. Healing time. Let's just go to our recent items. I think we probably have them all right here. So we will revive Art, and Wayne, and Lana. Lepa Berry, I don't know, should we do Draco Meteor? I don't think I really used any attack more than the others. I'll have to use a Lumberry too, to wake up Uther. And Citrus Berry time. It seems to always round down, which means I have to use one extra to heal them up. I could just use an Oran Berry, but I don't feel like scrolling, so I'm just going to keep using Citrus Berries. We have plenty left. Yep, 1 HP. You never know what's going to make a difference here. And that's 2 battles down and 2 to go.
Oh, you're going already? Farewell, then. And I was even the second you've beaten. Ah, I suppose it's just as well, really. Go on. It's time for you to show the last 2 of us how strong you are.
So it is. So we face the 2 Elite Four members that have kind of weird types. Not weird types, but rare types, I guess would be a better way to say it. And now we're going to face the 2 elemental ones. Let's see if it's water or fire next. Fire, I'm really confused about fire. It could be the fire starter, Delphox, I think. It could be, I guess, Talonflame. I honestly don't know what other new Pokemon there are that would be this person's signature Pokemon. I'm pretty sure we've seen a Talonflame from one of our rivals. Not that that means anything, but I feel like the Elite Four and the gym leaders tend to have Pokemon we haven't seen before. Just to increase the drama of it. All right, so against a water type, obvious choice. Wayne, you're up, buddy. But brace yourself for some incoming ice attacks, because a lot of water Pokemon can learn good ice moves as well. And I'm pretty sure that the water user's main Pokemon is going to be Clawitzer. Because we haven't seen one, it's pretty powerful. Would make a lot of sense. Some cogs, interesting. Seems more like a steel room than a water room. Aha! Is that a waterfall? Ah, water spouts. Didn't bring my swimsuit. That's pretty cool, though. Gotta admit. Hope they have good drains here, so we don't flood the room. And a male trainer. For some reason I was thinking it would be a female water-type user.
No, I simply can't say. You there, young man. I have a question I must pose to you. Do you think Pokemon battling can ever be worthy of being called an art?
Sure, in some ways I think it's more of a science than an art, but I guess there's an art to it as well. More strategy than anything else.
Indeed. You see, cooking is the type of art that disappears as soon as it is completed. Pokemon battles are the same. Even memories of sweet victories soon fade after the battle ends. To devote yourself entirely to such a life, made up of fleeting experiences, that is truly artful.
Well, that's why I make videos. These experiences aren't fleeting. I get to share them with you guys and have them up forever. So that's actually one of the reasons I really enjoy this so much. All right, Siebold. He leads with Clawitzer, so I was wrong. Unless it's level 65. Maybe he leads with his best. That'd be unusual, though. 63, I was wrong, and happy to admit it. So I guess his best one is going to be... I mean, it could be a Greninja, I suppose, if they're giving the Elite Four the starters. Interesting. That, or it's going to be an old Pokemon. I wouldn't really mind that either. Hornleech is the obvious attack here, and that's what we'll go for. Now, Clawitzer has a really cool ability. I was almost worried we wouldn't see it. That increases all of its pulse attacks, or Aura Sphere, by 50%. Of course, it doesn't get stabbed from Dragon Pulse, so essentially it gets the equivalent of stab by its ability. But even so, Wayne has such good defenses that he's going to be able to take pretty much any hit that's not super effective against him. And yeah, I think that's probably going to heal off whatever damage it did. Pretty close to it. I'm going to stick with Hornleech. Yeah. So these NPCs are still not very smart. All these years later, the AI could still use some work. Like, if you're getting destroyed by a 2-hit KO, don't waste all your full restores. Save them for when you might actually need them. Let's finish it off with an Earthquake, just to save power points on Hornleech. Alright, it was a good battle, Clawitzer. Sorry it didn't get to be a little bit longer. But I am interested to see if it's going to be Greninja or something unexpected. Oh, Barbaracle. I thought we faced one of those before. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe we're just facing 2 of them. It's also weird, because I would have given... If I was designing this game, I would have made Barbaracle his first Pokemon and Clawitzer his best. Because Barbaracle has a double weakness to Grass, and it was really stupid for him to send him out against me. I'm not really sure what was up with that. This is probably going to be a 1-hit KO on his best Pokemon. Yep. Doubly super effective. And a crit on top of that. Not a bad choice, dude. Or not a good choice, dude. Gyarados. Now that would have been a better choice, because Gyarados has Intimidate, which lowers my attack, and I'm not super effective against it. Let's go ahead and switch, because I want to get rid of that attack drop. Now, we don't have any electric moves in our entire team. I actually considered teaching Thunderbolt to Nimue for this battle more than anything else. So what's our next best choice? Let's go with Uther. Now, Gyarados might know a Dragon-type attack, might even know, like, Ice Fang or something. But, Uther at least can do some serious damage with Hurricane. Oh, wow, I switched into an Ice Fang, which I guess makes sense. He was going to be attacking a Grass-type. Alright, Uther, sorry about that. That was my mistake. Bad switch in. Let's go with Art. Water-type versus Water-type. And now Surf is not very effective, but Dark Pulse will be evenly effective. And might be able to get this Gyarados to flinch. Dragon Dance. Alright, that's worrying me a bit. Because if he gets a couple Dragon Dances off, Gyarados might be able to sweep my entire team. Dragon Dance is like my favorite non-attack move. Are we even faster still? We are. That's how fast Greninja is. But one more Dragon Dance and we're in trouble. And there it is. Alright, so he can probably one-hit KO Greninja now. The question is, can he one-hit KO all of my Pokemon? I'm glad it didn't Mega Evolve into Mega Gyarados, because Mega Gyarados is one of the few Pokemon that all 4 of Art's moves are not very effective against. And surprisingly, its Earthquake did not defeat Art after 2 Dragon Dances. I would have thought it would have. But alright, that works. And Starmie, his last Pokemon. That'll definitely be a good matchup for us, because we are fast, so is Starmie. But yeah, we're a little bit faster, and Dark Pulse gets Stab, is super effective. Not quite a kill, but it's a flinch, so that's pretty much the next best thing. A little bit of luck there. It was bound to happen eventually. I think it's a 20% chance? Something like that. And that is going to be it for the third member of the Elite Four, Siebold. Or like, see, I guess I get it. I shall store my memory of you and your Pokemon forever away within my heart. Alright. Devote yourself entirely, so that even that which will fade and disappear is ingrained forever upon your heart and mind. That is the only fate for any human. There is only one course remaining in your Pokemon League banquet. Devour it with the hunger for strength. Savor it without leaving a scrap behind. Thank you, Siebold. I intend to savor it indeed. Let's head back out to the main room, and once again I will heal our Pokemon. Revives. There we go. Oh, right. Not fainted. Would you look at that? I'm going to go back to my little berry tab here. And I'll use one Lepa Berry on Horn Leech, because I think we might have used a couple of those. I can't say enough that this berry growing was very beneficial. Even if you think it sounds boring, I would recommend just doing like one iteration to get some useful berries. And this should be the fire-type room, so... Yep, the Blazing Chamber. So should be an obvious choice here. We will lead with Art. And if I was him or her, probably a her, since we've had 2 hims already, I would rely on Sunny Day to defeat water types. But we'll see. Turning on the ignition there. There you go, 3rd time's the charm. It's not the best room. I think I probably should have done them in the other order, starting with fire, then water, dragon, and steel. So I think they get more impressive as you go. Oh, that's right, we met her before, so definitely a her. How soon we forget. Welcome, challenger, to my blazing chamber. I am Malva, and I shall be your opponent today. Right to the battle, I like that. Versus Malva. You are challenged by Elite Four Malva, who begins with a Pyroar. And it's a female Pyroar, just like ours. Alright, Art, think you can take an enemy Pyroar? I wonder if it has Rivalry. If it does, it's going to get a bonus here. But let's see how much Surf will do. it might be a one-hit KO. I know from experience that Pyroar has good speed and really good at special attack, but yeah, not so good defenses. They're okay, I guess, but they're nothing that will help here. Talonflame, that's 65. I thought so, but I also thought we faced Talonflame, which is kind of disappointing. I think the Elite Four is more exciting when they're Pokemon you haven't seen before because it feels like a challenge, whereas if you've beaten them before, it's like, oh, I've beaten one Talonflame, I can beat them all. And apparently I can. It's one of the benefits of having a really fast Pokemon. Talonflame is fast, but Greninja is faster. And Torkoal. Torkoal's actually not a really strong Pokemon. So, Malva's team has been pretty disappointing so far. Will this be our first Elite Four sweep? It may be. Who's her last Pokemon? Chandelure. It's another fast Pokemon. Well, actually, I don't think it's that fast. I think it's base speed of 80. And it does have better special defense than her others, but it has low HP too. Yep, so that was a clean sweep. Kind of wish we had started with this fight and not ended on it. But oh well, is what it is. Definitely glad I didn't train my Pokemon any further. This was already fairly easy. What news? So a challenger has defeated Malva of the Elite Four. Fantastic. Utterly fantastic. I'll report to all the world the news of you and your Pokemon dominating the Pokemon League. I am a Holocaster Star, after all. I'm such a busy woman. You'll be facing down the champion next. That's the plan. Alright guys, I'm really excited for the exciting conclusion to all of our trials and tribulations. We will be facing the most powerful trainer in the entire Kalos region, the champion. But I'm going to hold off and do that till next episode, so you'll have to stay tuned. And yeah, this is it. Do or die. It's time to either lose to the champion or become one.